welcome back. And hello, everyone. My name is Janai Thornton, and I am super excited that you are here for another episode of Thank Me Later, Real Life. I'm getting tongue-tied already. And this series, again, called Real Life, this is all about making sure you get real help for your real life situations. Again, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, I promise you, I guarantee you that some life is going to happen for sure. The question is, do you have the help? Do you have the information to navigate that life situation? New to you, but not new at all. So I am super excited to have as our special guest today a really good friend, what I call a subject matter expert over here, Miss Carol Jones. Hey, Carol.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming back. And Carol, who has over 32 years of experience in the insurance industry, owner of a State Farm agency, is here to guide us through this whole concept of tickets, moving violations.
Yes.
Man, so I'm excited.
I am too.
Okay.
We're going to learn some things.
Oh, we're going to learn a few things today. All right, Carol. So let's just jump right in. So if someone gets, a speeding ticket, some other sort of moving violation, I know there's tons and tons of them.
Yes.
Should they be contacting their insurance agent?
There's really not a reason for them to actually call us once they get a ticket. Oh, Carol, I got a speeding ticket, or I ran a stop sign, I received a speeding ticket, or failure to yield ticket, that sort of thing. They don't necessarily have to let us know.
Okay.
If we feel like we have a need to run the motor vehicle report after they've been established with us, then we as a company will do that. That's part of just our regular underwriting process. So I got a speeding ticket today. Do I expect State Farm to be notified and run my motor vehicle report tomorrow? No, not necessarily at all. So just notifying your agent is not a requirement of when you get a ticket with an established policy.
So that's interesting to me. So I just assumed something happens. I, again, get a speeding ticket, whatever moving violation. I just assumed my insurance company was notified automatically. So what you're saying is you all, at some certain frequency or cadence, you all check our motor vehicle reports.
Absolutely. So say, for instance, you told me that you had an accident and you were at fault in the accident and you filed a claim. And you've been with me maybe a year or two. We may, after the accident is all settled, run your motor vehicle report, and then we discover that since you've been with us, you've got 2 speeding tickets and this at-fault accident. Now, that may generate some buzz for us. Do we need to keep Janai as a customer?
Okay.
Or do we need to release her and let her go on to some other company? But just regularly checking every single client's motor vehicle report is not something that we do every single month or every single year on a client.
And so how does someone like me find out how frequently my motor vehicle report is being reviewed? Can you ask your agent that? Or
Yeah, you can ask,
Okay.
but then I, as an agent, may not even know. So say, for instance, again, you've been with me for 10 years. You've never had any tickets or accidents that I know about or since the time you've been with me.
Okay.
And nothing is going on. I really don't have a reason to run your motor vehicle report at that point.
Interesting.
So again, I'm looking for things that would make you undesirable or maybe a bigger risk for us as an insurance company. So there are certain policies where they will look at your driving record more frequently.
Okay.
And that's because of the type of policy you have with us. So then you're right. You may call me, Carol, last 6 months I was paying $100 a month. This time you're telling me that I'm paying $225.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you've got a running the stop sign ticket and you've got a speeding ticket. So your rate is now impacted by your driving style.
Oh.
So those types of things. But for everybody, no, we're not running a motor vehicle report for everybody. We may not need to.
Okay. So let's assume you do run the motor vehicle report. You look up a client, whomever it is, and it could be a speeding ticket, a super speeding ticket, running a red light. Which one of these moving violations get people in more trouble? Like, which ones are the really bad ones?
So anything that's considered a major violation, reckless driving, driving on a suspended license, a DUI, vehicular homicide, those types of things, those are big no-nos.
Right.
Any of us can just drive 5 miles over the speed limit in a residential lane. a residential area, that's one thing.
Right.
But actually weaving in and out of a neighborhood traffic area, that's a major violation. That's reckless driving. And so those are the things that we don't want to see. Those make us, kind of clutch our pearls and say, now, do we really need to keep this person? So major versus just a simple regular traffic violation, those would be the big differences. We're going to consider anything simple like failure to yield at a stop sign, or not giving the right of way.
Okay.
But a major violation, a super speeder ticket, you're driving 120 miles on the expressway.
Right.
And that's a concern for us.
Where are you going? Right.
Yeah. and why?
Right. So if someone's license is suspended, is the insurance company notified immediately when that happens?
No, not necessarily.
Really?
So again, there's so many things that can happen, and the cost associated would be the big reason. I would personally think every insurance company is not running a motor vehicle report every single day.
Okay.
For every report we run, there's a cost associated with it. It may not be the same that you're paying when you go to the DMV.
Okay.
But we're still looking at that overall cost of what it's going to take to run all those reports.
Okay.
And we'd be just inundated with things to do at that point.
Things understood. Okay, no, that makes sense. Again, I just assumed that all of these systems are all connected, that this information is being shared between my insurance company, the DMV, not understanding that you all aren't tapping in to that system regularly.
And which is probably, your statement probably makes more sense as to why so many consumers are afraid of the insurance company.
Right.
They are thinking that we are just standing over them looking for something to go wrong. And it's quite the opposite. We are always looking of ways to protect you.
Right.
We know that if metropolitan Atlanta, if we're driving safer, then that means we have lower rates.
Right.
So we're not looking for reasons to just keep dinging people over and over again, nor are we looking at reasons to raise our costs and in turn raise your rates. So all those reports are going to cost us. So we're not looking to hurt anybody. And that's another reason why I always tell people, call me. If you've got questions, call me.
Right.
So many times I want to ask you this question, but I'm scared.
Right.
You're scared of the answer, or you're scared of me.
Right.
Well, I'm scared that you're going to raise my rates.
Right.
I don't just go in and hit a key to raise your rates. It's better for you to know the information and have it available. For one, you'll make better decisions. And then number two, it may not be that big of a deal at all. It could be something where I can advise you and tell you, well, no, you need to take steps A, B, and C, and this is why.
Right.
This will help you long term.
Right. So is there a situation if someone has some sort of moving violation where they should call their agent for some advice, or is it just more out of, hey, Carol, I'm just kind of confiding in you, I just need some guidance?
Well, I think it could be a little bit of both.
Okay.
If you have a young driver and you want to know what impact his new ticket is going to have on his limited use license.
Okay.
How does that affect the family long term?
Okay.
What steps should we take?
Okay.
Once the insurance company finds out about this.
That definitely makes sense.
So then those are reasons to definitely ask, because sometimes you do want to be proactive about a violation that you've received versus reactive when we actually do have a reason to run that report and see that Johnny has had 2 tickets and he's just 18.
Right.
What happens next?
Right.